Hi, I'm Heather Dodds. Welcome back to Ion Harness Racing, presented by Trackmaster. Well, the harness racing record book needs a major rewriting, as this past Saturday's Super Stakes card at Pocono Downs produced 7 new world champions, and Saratoga chipped in with a mile that matched the fastest ever on a half-mile track. The feature at Pocono was Captain Treacherous's return to racing in the $500,000 Battle of the Brandywine. Sunshine Beach and driver Brian Sears fired the first shot in the battle by refusing to let the captain get an easy lead. Then, in the lane, a classic drive to the wire saw Sunshine Beach just hold on in what equaled the world record for the fastest mile ever on a 5/8 mile track.
Sunshine Beach, Captain Treacherous, it's close. Sunshine Beach, Captain Treacherous to the line, a photo finish.
What's it mean to get this win and beat Captain Treacherous?
Well, to beat Captain Treacherous, that's just, you're beating, like I said, Captain Treacherous is probably ranked right up there with Niatros and Some Beach Somewhere, and to finish ahead of a horse like that is fantastic. And not taking anything away from that horse. Every horse usually goes down to defeat now and then, but I'm glad we were the one to do it.
What were your expectations coming into this race?
Well, I thought we had a real decent shot. He made a speed break in the turn at the Adios at the Meadows. We haven't really raced on a 5/8 track. This is only, I think, our second time. We've always been on 7/8 or the mile. So I wasn't sure how much speed he could make through the turns, but I figured if he could, then I thought we had a real decent shot.
There's no faulting the horse's effort, especially off the layoff.
No, not at all. And right past the wire, he got up past the horse, so he raced great, especially up 5 weeks off. I mean, we qualified him and trained him up good, but it's hard to replace racing, of course. But we always said win, lose, or draw, we were going to give him the break because we thought it was the right thing to do by the horse, and I couldn't be happier to get beat a whisker and a world record mile first over as long as he was. And Sunshine Beach is a very nice colt. He was one of the colts we were worried about early in the year.
Also at Pocono, the $500,000 Colonial Trot for 3-year-olds was won by Spider Blue Chip and driver Ron Pierce. The winners found the perfect trip behind Smilin' Eli and then burst through the passing lane to set a world mark for 3-year-old trotting geldings around 3 turns.
Corky, Spider Blue Chip took the short way for Ron Pierce.
Second time you've come from the Hambletonian and won this race.
Yeah,
with Lucky Chucky.
With Lucky Chucky, he was dominant. This horse had to get a trip, but he got a good trip, and that's what he needed, and we knew that. So with that trip, he got the job done.
What were you thinking as the race unfolded?
I was tickled when I seen Tetrick coming and Sears Park team, Tetrick Park Sears. I mean, that was great for us. We got a 2-0 trip, and eventually we knew it was going to open up somewhere. So ahead of the stretch, it worked out great.
And yet still at Pocono, a purse of $350,000 was offered in the Valley Forge for 3-year-old filly pacers. I Love the Nightlife and driver Tim Tetrick loved it when the leaders got to the quarter pole in 25-2. It meant the favorites, once they took the lead and took a breather, came clear in the stretch to set a 1:48-4 world record.
Somewhere over a rainbow, trying to get to her. I Love the Nightlife still there. Somewhere over a rainbow, gonna come up short. I Love the Nightlife.
She's just doing well. She's doing well in the barn, and she just keeps winning. And I thought tonight she's a little better than she's been, and I'm pretty sure I was right.
What did you think about the race as it developed?
I was happy with it. Yeah, Montel took the race between his teeth, and it was probably a good idea. But it played into our hands a little bit too.
At Saratoga in the $275,000 Joe Garrity Memorial, it was like father, like son, when Bolt the Doer, a son of Ponder, matched his sire's world record for a pacer on a half-mile track, which they now share with Jetlag.
Garrity, clear vision, trying to get to Bolt the Door. Bolt the Door, desperate to hang on. Clear vision, gonna be second best. Bolt the Door, 149.
These new world record setters weren't the only ones making headlines recently. The new Fox Sports 1 network launched this past weekend, as did the show Crowd Goes Wild, hosted by longtime TV host and sports fan Regis Philbin, who got a surprise via satellite from Harrington Raceway, where Regis the horse made his first start as a surprise for his famous namesake.
Regis the horse out to lead off stride briefly. Sam Crow farther out. Hillbilly Kid as they race into the first turn. Hills Regis the horse. Not going to sit second. Regis the horse is going to go up and take the lead from her Billy Kid. It's 4 or 5 lengths back to Botega in third, getting ready for from town. 2 lengths.
Oh my
Regis
God,
the
look at
horse,
him.
obviously named after
That's
Regis
amazing.
Philbin, TV superstar. Regis has 2 favorites in sports. They're the Notre Dame and the Yankees, and now he has a third, and his name is Regis the horse, who begins to get away, opens up 2.5, 3 lengths. Regis the horse wants to win this one for Regis, and his new TV show, Crowd Goes Wild, and they are going wild. Show debuts today on Fox Sports 1. Regis the horse in front.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to ignore you, but I've got something here on my iPad I want to show you. Something new from Hoof Beats just for you. It's our all-new edition of Hoof Beats Direct. If you have an iPad such as this, an Android tablet, any device that gets to the internet, you'll have this. The nice thing about it, whereas before it was simply a PDF file that showed a picture of all the pages, every one of these, you saw the links come up, is a link directly to a story. Hoof Beats Direct will come with special content, links to slideshows, and video, for example, interviews with the newsmakers each month. Things you'll find nowhere else. They'll be exclusive to you and your copy. And the best thing is, if you have Hoof Beats delivered to your home each and every month, you can have the online version, as you see here, at no additional charge. But you do need to have an online services account. Visit myaccount.ustrotting.com to register.
Several drivers passed milestones during the week just ended. Among them was George Brennan, the reigning HTA Driver of the Year. This past Friday, in the very first race at Yonkers, Brennan hit the 8,000 win milestone with a favored past the deck. Brennan, who won his first race while still in high school, is a native of Monticello, New York, and he was Yonkers' leading driver in both 2011 and 2012. Trackmaster has again provided us with their platinum picks for the Ion Harness Racing Race of the Week.
Trackmaster, along with TVG and the USTA, would like to announce the $5,000 Big 5 Harness Handicapping Challenge. Free to enter and free to play, there will be 5 weekly chances to participate every Saturday from August 10th through September 7th. 5 finalists advance each week by making 5 wagers from any of our 5 featured tracks. Trackmaster will be providing free programs and handicapping data to contest participants, and with $5,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs in the finals on September 14th, you won't want to miss it. Visit trackmaster.com to register and find out more.
Sophomore trotters will be in action at Vernon Downs, and the Pacing Triple Crown is set to open at Tioga Downs. Here to look at those 2 stakes is Paul Ramlow and Paul's Paddock Picks.
This week's Zweig Memorial at Vernon Downs looks like a rematch of sorts from last weekend's Colonial Trot at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. The top 4 finishers from the Colonial, Spider Blue Chip, Smilin' Eli, Corky, and a Perfect Yankee all return, as well as Hambletonian champion Royalty for Life. The post position draw was not kind to Royalty for Life once again. He got the 8-hole in the Colonial last week. He gets the 9-hole in the Zweig. However, on Vernon Downs' 7/8 mile oval, he has a better chance to get into the picture by the finish line. However, this week I think I'll pick Smilin' Eli. He was just a half length behind Spider Blue Chip in the Colonial. I think he has a very good chance to come out on top in the Zweig Memorial. Also look for a Perfect Yankee if he can get himself forwardly placed to come on strong at the end. He had the fastest final quarter in the Colonial last week, but he was just too far back to make an impact. I'm Paul Ramlow for Paul's Paddock Picks.
That's it for this week. I'd like to thank Paul Ramlow, Ken Weingartner, and John Pavlak for their contributions to this week's show. Next week, we'll focus on the first leg of the Pacing Triple Crown. I'm Heather Dodds. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time on Ion Harness Racing.